we're going to try and keep this short and sweet and simple and just dive right into the point as we review the concept of area of a circle. Area of a circle is pretty straightforward. It says area. So this is a big thing that we got to learn and memorize and commit to understanding is pi times the radius squared. Pi times the radius squared. So what does that mean? Right? This formula comes from this concept. We see our circle here, very familiar circle. As we've looked at this, right, we have our diameter, we have our radius in yellow, we have our circumference in green, and now we throw this blue square on there to understand where this comes from. Is that we're really looking at, right, we got a radius coming, let me change colors so I can see what's happening, a radius and a radius, and then we take this angle, which is why we need pi here, that part of the circumference to help us understand the portion that we're going and trying to solve here. So that's where those different pieces come from. But since we know those pieces, since we know our radius is 10, because it's stated right here, we can go ahead and jump into this and say pi times 10 squared. Right? The 10 is squared. We can put the parentheses like that to understand that it's not the whole thing squared, it's just that radius that's squared. And so, of course, radius squared, 10 squared is 100. So 100 times pi is going to give us multiple answers depending on how we're using pi, right? If pi is 3.14, we're going to take 3.14 times 100 and get 314 inches squared, right? If pi was 22/7, well, that's going to be a little trickier, but that's going to become this number, and then you're going to reduce that into a pretty sweet, basically it's going to reduce to 314. Is what it's going to reduce to, but it could be done if you really wanted it to. All right, or we could leave pi as pi, and so that would be 100 pi inches squared, written like that, right? And so we've seen that idea multiple times as you have worked with this concept. All right. That's it. That's the steps. All right. So go back, rewatch this part if you need it, and can you find the area of these circles using the specific directions down below? All right. Find the area. Area of a circle. Reviewing it, mastering it, committing it to memory. Here we go. 82.